there are some simple things to keep in mind when you are working on your writing, your story. I remember when I was studying art back in the day, a lot of my art teachers were really interested in me examining the classics, or those that came before at very least. Warhol, Andy to his friends. And if you know what the rules are and you are familiar and comfortable with working within those rules, within those techniques, within those guidelines, then you are going to be able to violate those, to push those, to expand those, to take it in directions that it hasn't gone before. And that's where your originality comes through, because you know, are familiar and have worked within the boundaries of what has come before. Now you're able to take your idea in exciting new directions. These established views and viewpoints, because they are established, this is also the way that audiences are used to digesting things. MTV, when MTV was still playing music videos, it gave birth to this new term called the MTV generation, to an entirely new editing style in entertainment, in filmed work. What's the word I'm looking for? Frantic is not exactly it. Frenetic? Very rapid editing and filming style, where images were just kind of like flashing at you. It was unfamiliar, a little uncomfortable maybe at first, but now it's influenced everything, like the way action movies are done, the way commercials are made. And it came from people who knew how to work within the established guidelines, and then took that, modified it, and presented something new. And it pushed audiences' expectations. You know, pretty soon you couldn't have a slow-paced action scene anymore. Now you have to be up in their faces, and the camera, you know, is shaking around as the cinematographer moves to keep up with the actors in the action sequence. Really fast cuts, subliminal editing. Audiences are used to this now. But if you had shown MTV to somebody in the 1920s, it would have been completely confusing. Just this flashing series of light, and they wouldn't really be able to pick anything out of it. They weren't ready for it. So the moral is not fly off in crazy directions with your ideas. It's absolutely to do that. Absolutely, you know, as a reader myself, take it to places we never dreamed of. But before you do, check out what's come before, what audience expectations might be like, and then introduce us to thoughts, concepts, worlds that we've never seen before. Because honestly, frankly, if that's not what you're doing, what are any of us doing writing if it isn't to introduce people and ourselves along the way to entirely new visions, entirely new thought forms. And we can do it together. It's a beautiful thing.